Hi, welcome to A2Z Knowledge.com. So today we are going to see about what is JSP connection. How is this JSP connection is possible with a MySQL? So I will show you an example for this. But before getting into this, we have to see what is actually the JDBC connectivity is. See, we have three layers of application, right? We have a design layer, and we have a business layer, and we have a backend database layer. So in design layer, they used to design text box, buttons, all those things. And in business layer, they used to write a logic if what has to be happen if I click a button. And database layer is where my business logic will communicate with the database, and it will give me the data in my design. We have a three layers. Now I'm going to show you how to deal this connection, business, design, and database. So before getting into that, we all have already done a normal JDBC connectivity in Java, right? So if you see here in front of your screen, I have a code that just a console application which just retrieve the data from the database MySQL. So you can see here in the try block, the first line is to register your driver. So the driver, so for each and every database, a unique driver name is there. If I use MySQL, it is com.mysql.jdbc.driver. If it is Oracle, it differs. The next line is I have to create a connection. I have to establish a connection by getting the IP address of the machine where my MySQL is running, and what is the database name, and what is the username, and what is the password, connection details. And the third line is what I created a statement. This statement is used to run my queries. And then next line is a result set. So result set is all about store your information temporarily before showing you in the console. So it retrieves the data from MySQL, it stores in a result set object ORS. So ORS is our result set object. And at last I am just writing a while loop for iterating all those, because the query is select query. So I am just iterating my records, and it just prints me the data. So if I run this code, I will get all the data from my table EMP. So I am just executing this. So it's my class name has got changed. So because my class name is connection, and the inside whatever I have given is changed. So that's why it shows like that. Okay, my main class name is MySQL con. Okay, fine. I'm just executing the code. Okay, I got the output. So these are all the data which I already stored is there in my MySQL. So I'm just showing my MySQL DB. So this is a JDBC connectivity. A separate video is there, but still I am showing you before getting into the UI part. So I'm just showing my database test. So now show tables. Okay, you can see here I have a EMP. So I'm just giving select star from EMP. Fine. So I got the data. Same data I have retrieved. But now the concept is I'm going to create a web UI for this. So if I want to create a web UI, so what I have to do in Java. So if you want to create a web application in Java, it is possible through JSP. So JSP, an introduction of JSP I have given in my previous video. You can take care, you can see and how to install JSP in Eclipse. Everything is there in my previous video. And if you want to execute a web application, you need a server, and I have explained what is server and how to install server in my previous video. You can look into that, and the basic examples of JSP is also there. Now I am going to show you to create a login and registration page in Java. So for that I have just created a project in my Eclipse. So if you want to create a dynamic web project, so it is not a Java project, it is dynamic web project. You have to go for file, new, you can see something called dynamic web project. Okay, before that you have to install this in your Eclipse. So that was there in my previous video. In my JSP playlist it is there. In my YouTube channel you can find my playlist. Okay, now this is what the directory structure of your web application, and here we are not having anything like src. Instead we have a web content. So you have to right click this web content, and you have to create, if you want to create a HTML or JSP, whatever the file you just created, so it will be get added like this. First of all, I will just execute this code, and I will show you what happens. So I'm just executing this. It is not running as a Java application, it has to be get executed as a server. Okay, so I'm just right clicking my project, right click, and then give run as run on server. So it is not there. I'm just going to change this to my server. So in my previous video I have said how to install server, and I have to how to run with it. I have just explained everything. So it is already started. Just sorry for the mistake. I'm just stopping this, then I will show you how to do it. Okay, it has got stopped. Now just right click, run as. Okay, just right click and just give run as run on server. So it just asks next and just give finish. Because it's a web application, we need a server. So you will get an error first. So the server is get started and you will get a web page inside your Eclipse itself. We have a web page. Okay, so you can see here, it's the console is full of where it shows the starting stage of my server, and after that you will get a web page inside your Eclipse itself, and you can see I have a web rack. Okay, it has because by default it has been get login because I have a file name called index. Okay, so whenever you take any web application, if you have a file in the name of index, then that is the home page always. Okay, if I am not having this index.html in my project, then I will getting an error. Then I have to give the proper URL like http localhost 8080/webreg/ I have to give my file name. It can be a login.html or login.jsp, whatever I have to give. But if your project has index, then automatically the project will be get started on the page index. Okay, whatever the index page has, that is called a home page. Okay, now I have a two option, login or register. First I will show you how to register. If I click this, it goes for a registration page where I'm just filling my details. I'm just giving A to Z, and then password is AAA, and then first name A to Z, and the last name is knowledge, and then email. Okay, I'm just giving A to Z. So I'm just giving admin at a2zknowledge.com. Okay, so if I just give submit, okay, so I'm just getting an error because I have just given only length as 10, but here my things has got crashed more than 10 letters, so that's why. So here I'm just, it has crashed more than 10. Okay, I'm just giving admin here, and just password I'm just giving as AAA. Okay, now it runs because I have given only length as 10, but I exceeded it, so I'm getting an error. Okay, so now it says registered, so we can check in the MySQL. Okay, I'm just going to my MySQL, and the database whatever I have used is test. So we are in test currently. Now I'm just giving show tables, and the table name is user, so I'm just giving select star from users. So you can see here I have added A to Z, AAA, A to Z, whatever it is there, right? So it has been got added in the MySQL, right? So I am just giving DESCUSERS users. We can see the describe. So I have created 5 columns: user ID, password, fname, lname, email ID, and you can see all the type is varchar, and I have just given only 10. Okay, so now you can see here I have just specified the length and the data types and the column names, everything I have specified, and user ID is in the primary key. Okay, so you can create a table like this. Okay, you have to create a table like this, and you have to insert some record, then you just come back to the code. Okay, we have seen successfully it is got registered. Now I am going for the login page. Now I am just giving my username as A to Z and password AAA. That's what we have created, right? It says submit, so it says welcome A to Z, it says. Now I have a link for back to home. So this is what I have written in my JSP page. Now I am going to explain the code. First we can start with index.html. So in index.html I have not written anything else, just I have used a href link, means denote the link, and I have just given login, and I have given the address of the page, and I have given the name as register. Now I am going to show you the register.html. So here it's a HTML, so I have written a form tag, because what happen if I click submit button, so the action has to be performed by the form is it has to go for reg.jsp. Now you can see here I have 5 field with input type as text, means it's a text box. Password means it's a text box which has a kind of a password. Whatever you enter there, it will be as a bulletins. Okay, and then you can see text, and I have given a name for this text box. Text box name is user ID, and password text box name is password, PWD. I have given some name, and BR is a break, so it gives some space. A new line will be get created. So if I click this, it goes to reg.jsp. Okay, we can see what is there in reg.jsp. Okay, so inside you can see here inside my JSP page I have my Java code. I have imported it like this. Okay, and inside the tags I have my Java code. So I am just getting all the parameters from the HTML page. So string user request.get parameter, I am getting the parameter from user ID. Okay, and then you can see string pwd request.get parameter pwd. See, this user ID pwd is nothing but the name you have given. See, this is what the name, I am just calling all this. So request.get I am getting. So you can see here I have registered whatever I showed you in the console application, right? The same thing, and just I am getting my database connection URL, all those things, and then I am creating a statement, the same results set, and here I am inserting. So it's all about insert, right? So be careful with the single quotes and double quotes. And then I am just getting print statement. So you have system.out.println and Java, like that. Here we have a println out.println. I am just giving registered. So once this logic has got executed, I am just giving two herf login and home, which you have seen in my register page, right? So then come back to login. So I have created username and password, submit, form action. What has to be happen? It has to go for login.jsp. Okay, I am going for login.jsp. And here I am getting my user and I am getting my password and I am checking. So connection details, everything is same, and here I am using select query. So I am retrieving the user ID from my user and I am checking it with my username and password. So I am just checking. So whatever the user ID I am getting from it plus the password, okay, it has to equals to pwd. So whatever the password I have given needs to be equal to the pwd which has the password in my MySQL. If it equals, it has to say welcome the user ID, whatever it shows, welcome A to Z, right? The output like that. Then else it has to say invalid. So at last I have just given a herf link as home. See, the entire thing has to be happen. This has to be execute full-fledged in your machine, means you have to do something. You have to create a same stable structure in your MySQL, and then you have to create a same folder structure in your Eclipse. And before that, the very important point that you have to notice, you expand this webinf and you have a lib folder, you expand it. I have added a connector jar, MySQL connector, which you can download from internet. See, without this jar, you cannot run your code. And you have to paste this inside this lib folder. Download this MySQL connector and paste this inside this lib folder. Then you have to add this in your build path. What is build path? You have to add it. So the procedure to add is right click your project, go for properties, and in left hand side you have a Java build path. You have to click it, and then you have something called add jars. Here you have to choose library menu. You click add jars and expand your project. This is my project, and expand your webinf, means I have already added. That's why it is not showing that webinf, okay, because I have already added. So when you expand this, you will get a webinf folder. You expand it, inside that you will get a lib folder, and select that MySQL connector.jar here and give OK and finish. Then only this program will be get executed, or else it says MySQL class not found error. It's very, very important. You can download this, and I will give you this entire code with the database structure as in my website. You can find this in my a2zknowledge.com. okay, under my, if you click my JSP menu, you can get it. So I hope you happy with whatever I showed you. It's all about registration and login page in JSP, and in my first video is very important to get an idea about what is JSP. So you can get videos, all videos in two languages, English and Tamil. So thanks for watching a2zknowledge.com. Please subscribe my channel in YouTube and forward these videos to your friends, share it, and like us in Facebook. Thanks for watching.